So, ladies and gentlemen, time for introductions. The wrestler to my right, the challenger, James Pharrell! And give it up for your champion, the unified WrestleForce champion from Guildford, Trew!
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our main event here in Witham. It is Tall Tom, joined again by
Kieran Lacey, that's the one. I'll be honest with you, Tom, I wanted to be backstage right now and I wanted to be watching the monitor. I wanted to make sure, you know, nothing happened. I don't want anything to happen to Mark.
Listen, you're here on commentary with me, you've got the best view. You might be a bit far away from the ring to get involved if anything does happen, but at least you can witness, you can see anything that don't, and maybe... Oh, early. James Pharrell going for an Olympic slam, but Mark had it spotted early.
But that's it, Tom. Mark told me he doesn't want me to do anything if anything is to happen tonight. He doesn't want he just wants to keep it between him and James. He respects James, believes James is going to be a fair man. Wants to keep that respect firm.
If Brandon and Nathan lay a single hand on any of these men in this matchup, they will be not only stripped of the titles but fired.
And that's what I was worried about. I wanted to keep an eye on those. I understand they've been given this firing potential chance of being fired if they come out. But Mark told me he doesn't want me to get involved myself if anything happens. So I'll keep his word.
It's very respectful of both of you. You know, Mark can fight his own battles. Clearly, he's the undisputed champion for a reason, and it's for you to respect his wishes. But James Pharrell is a tough task. He's no slouch, as they say. Former undisputed champion himself. James Pharrell, again, one of those wrestlers who's very good technically. Not only technically, he's very good all round. But he can work any sort of way. He can wrestle like this, keeping a man close. Very technical. He's got very good strikes, slams, and he can throw a massive drop kick as well. He can spring a belt.
That's for sure. Mark's an all-rounder.
And that is true, actually, saying that. They're both men are an all-rounder. Mark is a bit more of the high-flying side, but Mark can get down and dirty if needed, which we have seen in the past.
We have seen a more aggressive side in James Pharrell in the last few months.
Yeah, it's like he's not got a chip on his shoulder almost, but it's like he's just like angry at his opponent or something. It's the way he wrestles a man like he hates him. Like, he never breaks any rules. He's just so aggressive. He's just so vicious. Like we see him, he hits an Olympic slam. It's not enough. He likes to go in for that chicken wing and really make a man submit, punish a guy.
I mean, that just shows you the sort of drive and passion a man can have when we're talking about the WrestleForce Undisputed titles.
James Pharrell looking for...
It can completely change a man.
Not Trew in a bad position here. James using the ropes for leverage.
It's all about break the rules, eh?
You see, he took the opportunity, but he realised, you know, the referee only gave him a count to 2. He had the count to 5. But James realising, you know, that's not the way to do it. I will let go. Mark in control now, side headlock. James Pharrell pushing Mark Trew into the corner.
So we've got no idea. Obviously, he's been cleared to compete tonight, Mark. Last time wasn't able to be in the match with James. Maybe James is a little bit frustrated by the fact that he had to wait this long to wrestle Mark. It was meant to happen at Harlow. But Brandon and Nathan hit Mark with a couple of steel chairs and put Mark out of action for a little while.
That is true, and I don't know, Mark must, he is cleared. He is cleared to compete, but I can't believe he's 100%. I'm not too sure. I don't know. The man seems that he's on fire. He seems like he's got his wherewithal, but after a shot like that.
Beautiful catch from James Pharrell. And this is what I'm talking about. Mark's right to the head. And of course he is. He just got dropped on the back of his head. But we don't know how severe his concussion was last time. And it could easily be rattled again.
You stated to me earlier it was a mild, a very minor concussion. He should be 100% here, but I don't want to make any excuses for Mark. I think Mark wouldn't want anyone to make excuses for him. James Pharrell has Mark up. Looks like he's going for a backbreaker, but Mark trying to fight out. Throwing those forearms and kicks. Huge backbreaker from James Pharrell. Really wearing down the back of Mark. Vicious. Quick cover and a 2 count.
Got to appreciate the technique James has there on the pin, getting the knee right on the joint.
You know Mark very well. Did he speak to you about going into this match, how he felt? Obviously he told you that he wants to face James one-on-one. But obviously we know that Nathan and Brandon can't get involved anyway, so it seems like it is going to be.
Well, that's it, mate. We had the conversation. I said, do you want me to sit there and watch back, see what happens?
How is he feeling facing a man like James Pharrell? Obviously they've wrestled multiple times in the past.
They have a lot of history. He knows James can beat him. He knows James can get the victory, but Mark knows that he can beat James too.
Mark seems like he's nursing an injury here. So
we had the conversation. We believe Brandon and Nathan have the issue with me and him as a team. Now they are the tag team champions. I think that was their eyesight. They wanted to take us out. I don't think we're gonna see them tonight, and plus they already have the issue of being fired, but I really don't think the issue is going to be with any of these one men. They haven't got a problem with James Pharrell. I don't think they have a problem with Mark as individuals. I think the problem comes down to the tag team division.
Mark Trew really nursing that left arm, something that you don't really want to show to James Pharrell that is an injury, because he will put you in a submission that could make you submit. James rolling Mark back into the ring. Quick cover. James knows that's not enough to put Mark away, but he just wants Mark to exert all the energy he has so he can find a manoeuvre that will put Mark away, because it's going to take many beating for Mark to be doing. Lovely suplex there. Going for the cover. 2 count and a kick out from Mark Trew. Mark Trew trying to feed from the crowd, as he likes to do.
Good couple right-handers. Mark's on it. He's on the move, but shut down.
James had it scouted. Back elbow. Another cover here. Mark Trew kicking out. Like you were saying earlier, though, the aggression from James Pharrell recently is just... It's not something I've really seen from him for a while, or even at all. But he just looks like he's mad. He just wants. I think it's what you said. He just wants the title back so much that he's just so focused.
100%. I've been in these sort of situations multiple times, and there's been things that I've done that maybe I regret or I wish I didn't do, or went around it in a different way. But when it comes down to these titles, you would do anything, absolutely anything, to pick up the victory and become a WrestleForce champion.
Strikes all round from James. Mark shaking it off a chop of his own. James looks like he's getting a bit annoyed from Mark's antics. Forearm, springboard, goes for the dropkick again. Mark ducks out that way. And a huge dive to the outside over the top rope. Mark is really feeling it now. James Pharrell seated with our crowd. Big chop from Mark Trew. Mark's getting the crowd behind him, but he needs to focus on the challenger. James Pharrell.
Mark.
Oh my goodness! Mark was going for those double knees on James Pharrell, but luckily Martin Raymondson, our referee, moved out of the way. Ah, a huge uppercut from James Pharrell. Now I don't know if that was intended by James Pharrell, if he intended to pull the ref in the way or anything. I'm not too sure myself, but Mark nearly collided with the ref. James Pharrell on top though, taking advantage of it.
Tom, I appreciate everything you're saying, but I think we're ignoring the fact that James Pharrell might have just hit the best European uppercut of his entire career. Did you see that?
I did indeed, but again, Mark Trew still finding a way to kick out, and I feel like after the uppercut, after seeing the damage it's done, James is going for the Olympic slam, but he can't hit the move. Mark knows the move so well.
Mark not getting the feet deep there into the arms.
Love the drop kick there from Mark Trew. Sweep of the legs.
What's he thinking here? I couldn't even tell you what Mark's thinking here. The thing about Mark is you'd never really know what Mark's thinking. I think he surprises himself with his own arsenal set of moves.
Mark Trew.
Here he goes.
Oh my goodness! The man just hit a split-legged moonsault, but he, with no hands, he just box jumped over to the ropes, puts his thighs on the ropes and flips backwards with the moonsault. I've never seen a man do that in my life. Usually people brace with themselves with their hands, but he's just walked straight into that split-leg moonsault. Amazing athleticism from Mark Trew, putting out the big ones here today to finish James Pharrell, but it's not enough.
In my opinion, he's just taking far too long, letting James breathe, and that's what I was saying. Mark needed to keep on top of James. You cannot sleep on James. You've got to keep on him.
As you were saying, Mark Trew had the opportunity to have that upper hand here after that amazing manoeuvre, but James Pharrell had enough time to recover and hit a beautiful drop kick onto Mark Trew. James in control now, but what is James looking for here? Front headlock. Oh, Illinois going for a suplex, but Mark went for one, it was blocked. Mark's going for another and he's blocked again by James. Some strikes from James here, and then a suplex of his own!
And we've got to remember, James has got a good few pounds on top of Mark.
Yeah, it's hard to lift a man out of James's stature if you're someone like Mark Trew. James, I feel like I see the wheels ticking and his head turning, thinking, what sort of manoeuvres have I got to pull out to defeat the undisputed champion, Mark Trew?
That is the thing about Mark. He's doesn't matter how many times you drop him, how many times you hit him with something, he just always finds a way to get that shoulder up. You've really got to think about things you've never done before that you might just need to bust out on this guy, because he's something else. I don't know if he feels pain sometimes.
Mark Trew this time hitting a springboard Pele kick. It's almost got to fall back for it, but no, again, handspring, moonsault. Will that be enough? James in a bad position. 2 count. James Pharrell managing to kick out after both those handspring manoeuvres. Not looking to go up top. He's finished many people going up the top here. He can hit multiple moves. So he's going for something, but James rolled through. Mark Trew lands on his feet. James charging at Mark. Mark with the boot up in the corner. Mark one of them spear!
He was maybe potentially looking for that shooting star press, something he's recently been practicing and been using in his matches.
Hit the spear, now he's going for the package power bomb. We know that this move can put multiple people, it has put multiple people away, but James Pharrell flips out. Mark Trew, he lands to his feet. Mark Trew rolls through into the corner here. Oh my goodness!
That is something to think about though, Tom. James Pharrell has never ever wrestled Mark while Mark has been using the shooting star press. Maybe that is the way Mark puts out James tonight. James has never wrestled Mark with that maneuver. Here it comes, springboard, Edmark. Whoa, it was going to the Olympic slam!
That must be it! James needs to get on the cover now. Oh,
what is James doing? What is he doing? Why have you not pinned the man?
I think he was so excited after he hit a move like that. What? He's kicked out the Olympic slam! James Pharrell thought we had the match won. He thought we had the match won after that Olympic slam. He thought Mark Trew cannot kick out of this. He doesn't need to get on the pin straight away. But he needs to realise that Mark Trew is the undisputed champion for a reason.
What did we say earlier, Tom? Mark had to keep on top of James, and James has just made the same mistake, feeling the energy, feeling the crowd, feeling the adrenaline far too much, and didn't get the pin when he should have. If he went straight in for a deep cover, he would have had it. That would have been it. 1, 2, 3. We're looking at your new WrestleForce Undisputed Champion.
Amazing counter from that diving headbutt into the Olympic slam. And he's going for a conventional one this time, but Mark knows it's coming. Once he's behind him, Mark knows that he cannot let this man hit another Olympic slam. He knows what will happen. What a huge lariat. All of his pressure, all of the body weight James Pharrell has. Nice deep cover there.
Again, I have to say it, Tom. He took too much time shouting at the ref. His emotions are getting to him. He's just got to go for the pin. Both of these guys need to just, once they've got their momentum going, they need to keep hammering it in. You cannot relax. They cannot relax on their opponents.
Be saying something like, why aren't you staying down? I know I can beat you.
What is happening? I don't understand. What is James saying?
James is saying, you look at me, but James taking a chop from Mark and giving one back twice is good.
This is very unlike Pharrell.
So he's frustrated. I think he just wants to take his anger out on Mark. Saying, you made me do this.
The frustration is building.
Fist, right hand. Slap from Mark. James is taking another slap. Mark's fighting back. These huge strikes to the face and neck. Another forearm. What are these two doing out here? They've been told if they get involved, if they land it, if they touch these men, if they lay a single finger on them, they will be fired. They will be stripped.
What are these guys doing out here? I've had enough of these guys. Why are they here? They had their titles.
They said earlier, you may have been busy after your match, before your match, I'm not too sure when, but they said on the promo earlier after the titles, they are here for the Undisputed Championship as well. They have come out, but I did not think it would be now, because they know that if they touch either of these men, they will be stripped and fired.
Tom, I'm so sorry, I don't know what to do. There's Mark Trew and James Pharrell in there. There's two on two. They try something. They're going to get fired. Why would they want to lose their jobs for this?
Glad you're keeping your word to Mark. You're not getting involved. You're staying here with me on commentary. You can see what's happening here, but they know they're not going to get involved. They can't get involved.
What am I seeing, Tom? What am I seeing? You just see James Pharrell just took advantage of this. Why? No. What the? Yes! There we go, Mark Trew.
Wait, are you telling me this is? No, this can't be planned. James Pharrell just took the advantage of Mark.
That was so uncalled for. What was that for? Why is James doing this?
Like we were saying, right? He needs that title. He wants that title so bad. But I wouldn't think he would resort to something like this. He's smiling, laughing at him.
I don't understand. What is happening?
Why is he smiling and laughing at our tag team champions? Mark Trew flipping the bird to James Pharrell. James Pharrell's had enough of it. Straight up, Olympic slam, but he turns it into a uranagi. A new manoeuvre from James. And we have a new champion here. I am appalled. I am almost disgusted from this behaviour.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Nathan Angel
of this match,
and Brandon Lee look ecstatic at the fact that James Pharrell was undisputed champion. They said they were coming for the WrestleForce titles, but we did not know it would happen like this.
Brandon Lee and Nathan Angel.
It looks like James Pharrell has something to say. I would like to hear what he's got to say about this situation.
Witham, you should feel as privileged to have witnessed something historic, let alone British wrestling. All of professional wrestling. What you're looking at. Wrestling. Hold this. Don't act like you would have done anything different in my position, Mark.
Shut him up, I'll smack you up right now, bro.
Do the right thing. Don't act like you haven't done things like this to me before. Come in the ring, do the right thing. I was the better man on the day. Did I cheat once in this match? I didn't cheat. I didn't break the rules one damn time, and you still boo me for it. In the center of the ring, shake my hand and admit I'm the better man.
Right. I'm a man. I can openly admit, technically, you didn't cheat in this matchup. Yeah, you might have got your two little goons on your outside. You got them to distract me, and then you cheated and let me behind the back. But you know what? I'll shake your hand. I'll shake it.